Despite increased investment in the housing industry, supply has not kept pace with the rising demand. Housing for Humanity reports that Uganda has a shortage of 2.4 million units, with 210 units in urban areas and 1.395 million in rural areas. The housing supply is neither reasonably priced to meet the needs of the population in the housing gap, which is primarily comprised of individuals in the bottom end of the market. This has been made worse by the increasing land prices, high cost of construction materials, limited access to funding opportunities, planning bottlenecks, among others. Reports indicate that an estimated 300,000 housing units are required annually to reduce the housing gap. This has for a while been bothering government, who have now come out to address the gap, with the State Minister for Housing, Persis Namuganza, reporting that several meetings between different stakeholders have been held to bring the matter to an end. Namuganza says the emphasis so far has been put on land acquisition, which is the major factor in housing and construction.
What we are negotiating right now is which land is owned by who. And we discovered there's so many land where slums are seated. They are under the district land board, under the Buganda Kingdom. And they have accepted. That's amazing. They have accepted to cooperate with us.
Entities like KCCA, Buganda Land Board, Kampala District Land Board, National Housing and Construction Company, and the Line Ministry are said to be at the forefront of the move. The initial stage will see construction of semi-permanent houses, which will accommodate the relocated population to pave way for the construction of the units.
Some of these slum areas, we are looking at how do we help the people who have been staying there to shift to another environment, and then we construct where they have been. Then after the construction, they can come back. Because what we don't want is to follow the other method where people have been chased away from places and they are developed and they don't have even any chance of coming back. We are considering that a lot because people have memories attached to these places where they stay.
Despite efforts by private developers to provide relatively affordable dwellings, stakeholders have on occasions asked for a more robust approach to closing the housing gap, like a public and private partnership. They believe a public-private partnership will boost the sector with subsidies, policy interventions, and other incentives aimed at boosting private developers. Currently, it is reported that a private developer spends at least 125 million shillings to put up a single unit.
And we are looking at 35 million, 50, 60, up to 80 million. But the period given to this person to pay is a long period. It's 10 to 15 years. And we are calling it rent to own. Someone who pays money that would be paying when he's renting. But after a specific period, that house is going to be owned by that person. Even if he's not there, his family, children, or what, they will own that house. And that's what has been done elsewhere in South Africa, in Nigeria, in Kenya, here, our neighbors.
The government developed the Uganda National Housing Policy in 2016 and was approved by Cabinet. The efforts geared to improving housing have, however, been low. While reports indicate that there are about 900,000 units that are in a dire state and need either renovation or demolition, they are also concerned that the increasing population in urban centers will create a shortage of 4 million housing units by 2025. Ramson Muhire, Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.
Following the 16th June ADF attack on Mpondwe Lubiriha Secondary School, many people remained puzzled on how the ADF rebels entered the country and killed over 40 people, many of them being students. Now, through the Office of the Resident District Commissioner Kasese, the chairpersons, Local Council 3, under their umbrella G8, have committed to work closely with security organs at the border in ensuring that issues of insecurity become history.
For us as leaders, we are heading securities in our areas of jurisdiction, like in Town Castle. But you find that at the border, you don't know who's in charge of ISO, who's in charge of migration. So this meeting has united all of us